Well, hey gang, how are you doing? It's Jonathan again for Tailhunter International. Time once again for the Mexican Minute La Paz video fishing report. And this is going to cover all of the fishing action for this past week in La Paz, Baja, Mexico for the Tailhunter Sportfishing fleet from the 24th of February until the 3rd of March 2019. Hope wherever you are, you're doing well. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for subscribing. Let's talk a little bit about fishing. Well, we're still on the road. We've been on the road for about 8 weeks. Obviously not in La Paz right now. As a matter of fact, what you're seeing is the view of our hotel room in Boise, Idaho, where we're finishing up the Idaho Sportsman Show. Had a great time, and so many people came in. Thank you very much for everyone who signed up for our fishing report, and thank you very much especially for those of you who signed up to come down and fish with us this year. You know, the bookings this year are really going great. The strongest bookings we've had in, well, more than 20 years that we've been down in La Paz. So listen, if you're planning on coming down, don't wait. We've got 5 more shows to do, including the big Fred Hall Sport Fishing Show in La Paz, or excuse me, Long Beach coming up. So don't wait until we hit these shows or we come to visit you, because we're filling up really quickly. A lot of dates are really packed. So get in touch with us right away so we make sure we got you covered. As I told you, we are in our hotel room, so that's Caitlin walking behind us. So excuse that, but listen, like I said, hope wherever you are, you're doing well. For everyone who asked, last week I had a few problems with my speech and talking and doing this video because I'd had 3 teeth removed. But thank you to everyone who wrote and asked how I was doing. But yes, I'm doing very much better. I still eat like a rabbit because I only have my front teeth. So excuses aside, let's talk a little bit about fishing. You know, we've had a crazy winter. This yellow white stuff you see on my side here, that is the sunshine. We haven't seen much sun. In fact, probably only about 6 or 7 days in the entire 8 weeks we've been on the road. It's been a brutal winter, and a lot of folks don't realize that, you know, when it's storming up in the States, that affects our fishing and our weather down in all of Baja. If it's storming, if it's snowy, if it's raining, especially in the western United States, it does produce some rain, but mostly a lot of wind in the Baja. And that's the problem we have during the winter. And we've had a really crazy winter. And it started out like that this week as well. Those first couple of days this week, it was really blustery. It was cold. The winds were blowing. You could be up on the hills of La Paz and you could look down in the bay and see all the whitecaps. So the good part, though, is that we didn't have anybody fishing early in the week. And this time of the year, from, you know, November to April, it's our off season, so not many folks fishing. But later in the week, when we did have some folks out, the waters calmed down. And in fact, we had some of the better conditions that we've had in quite a while. And we had, you know, not surprisingly, some of the best fishing. You know, some of those areas are really tough to fish when the winds are blowing, but we were able to get out to at least some of the spots. We were able to find some bait, not a lot. This time of year, it's really tough to get the live bait that we need because the waves and the winds are crashing in the spots where the baits are, and it makes it tough to get in there. The baits spread out, the baits scatter. So what we mostly use are we're trolling some things like rapalas over the areas where the fish are and using dead bait. We were able to get some live bait this week. Also using dead bait and using those rapalas, we had some really surprisingly good fishing. You know, over the rocks and those structured areas, some big cabria, some nice pargo, lots of bonita. Bent a lot of rods. You know, for those folks who are, you know, the snowbirds, or they're coming down for the first time, bonita are a lot of fun. So we had the regular skipjack bonita, and we also had the really tasty white bonita as well. But on top of that, surprising thing, some dorados showed up. We also got some wahoo on the rapalas. And, you know, we weren't out far. You know, a lot of folks ask, you know, do we have to go out far to get such and such a fish or nail one of these? No, we don't. And when we caught some of the wahoo this week, we had 3 or 4 hookups, got 1 to the boat. But these areas were areas, still a little tongue-tied, these were in areas where we normally catch the pargo and the cabria, you know, just trying to get some meat for the table and have some fun. One of these was hooked in about 10 feet of water, 40-pounders. We also had about a 50-pounder on, so the wahoo are in the area. We had a couple tuna hookups as well. The fish weren't brought to the boat. They weren't gotten to the gaff, unfortunately, but the fish are still there. So it seems like as long as the winds are down, if we can put any kind of bait in the water, we're going to get some fish. And these tuna, I guess they just haven't left because, you know, last year we had one of the best tuna seasons in the 25 years I've been down in La Paz, and these were big fish running from 30 to 100 pounds. And we had some big ones hooked this week, but, you know, a little tough to get to the boat, so we didn't get them onto the gaff. But check this out. We also got some yellowtail, and the yellowtail are more common to this time of year. They're a cooler water fish, but we don't get them very regularly, you know, consistently anyway. But this week we got some nice horse, some big piggy fork tails that were running 25, 30, even some 40 pounders, and a couple fish we couldn't stop. So that is really encouraging, especially as the weather calms down, as more folks start showing up. You know, we've got spring break and Easter coming up, so these are some good signs. So check out some of these photos that we're showing here, and you know, hopefully this is going to continue on. Looks like this week the winds are going to be a little bit diminished, still going to be blowing, so things are encouraging. Now, like I said, we're in Boise, Idaho right now, finishing up the Great Idaho Sportsman Show, and then we're heading out, we're driving, making the long distance drive to Long Beach, California. I'll put some information at the end of this video, but this is the big one. This is the, I believe it's their 65th year here. It's at the Long Beach Convention Center, and this is the massive, the biggest show in all of the United States for fishing. If you're looking for any kind of Mexican fishing, this is the place to be. It's a massive party. The whole industry is there. We look forward to this every year. Those of you who've been there before, you know what I'm talking about. We have a great time. We're going to be there. I think this is going to be, I've done it for almost 30 years. You'll find our booth. It's really colorful. You can't miss us. But there's also always a huge crowd. So if you look around first, because sometimes people tell us they miss our booth because there's so many people around. Lots of friends, lots of new clients, lots of old clients, everybody. It's a party at our booth, okay? I'll be straight up with you. It's a lot of fun. So come on down, come talk to us. And again, if you have any inkling to come down and fish with us here in La Paz, you know, get in touch with us before we hit the shows. After Long Beach, Jill and I split up, and I go back to Salt Lake City for the ISC Sportsman Show there in Sandy, Utah, and then Jill will be going to Bakersfield for the other Fred Hall show. So we split up. Then we get together again. We'll be in Scottsdale, Arizona for the ISC show there. Then we finish up our whole tour season in Del Mar, which is the San Diego Fairgrounds. So get in touch with us. Let us know that you want to come down, and we'll get you all, excuse me, all hooked up. My teeth are still bugging me a little bit, still trying to fight a cold. But anyway, thanks again for checking in. Really appreciate you. Take care. Be good to each other. And this is Jonathan for Tailhunter International and the Mexican Minute Sport Fishing Report. But wait, I just thought of something else before you leave this video. My birthday is coming up on the 6th of March. One of the best things about being on the road is that in Long Beach, the biggest sport fishing show in all the world, I get to celebrate my birthday on the 6th, which is going to be this coming week, Tuesday night. We're going to have our usual Jonathan's Birthday Bash at Joe Jost's Bar in Long Beach. This has been around since 1924. If you've never been there, everybody knows Joe Jost's. They've got a menu about this long. No, not really. All they have on the menu is schooners of beer, no-nonsense beer. Like I said, it's been around since before Prohibition time. They've got schooners of beer, all the peanuts you can eat. They have liverwurst sandwiches. They have the Joe Jost special, which is sausage, and they have egg salad sandwiches. How can you go wrong with that? A bunch of us show up there every year. We just have a good time, sit around, tell stories, lie to each other about our ages and everything else, but we've been doing this for a lot of years. Hope you can make it down. We've got a long drive from here in Boise to Long Beach, so we're going to get down there, spend the night on the road, then hit Long Beach on Tuesday, and then we're going to shoot for setting up our booth, get it done in the convention center, then go over to Joe Jost, and we're going to drink a lot of beer, eat peanuts, and eat liverwurst sandwiches and egg salad sandwiches. Oh, and they also got great pickled eggs, too. If you've never been there, you got to try it. It's a great experience. It's a great bar, real friendly, a lot of fun. So we're going to shoot for about 6 or 6:30 to be down there, okay? We're going to keep updates going on Facebook, depending upon where we are, but we're going to shoot for that time. So if you can make it for my birthday, don't bring anything, just bring yourself. Come down and have a good time with us and drink a couple schooners of beer. And this is going to be Tuesday night, okay?